History is often written by the victors, but sometimes it's carved into the flesh of the vanquished. In the Han Dynasty, few stories are as chilling as that of concubine Qi, favored consort of Emperor Liu Bang. Her beauty and her son Ru Yi made her a threat to Empress Lu Ji. After Liu Bang's death, Lu Ji enacted a revenge so brutal it echoed for centuries. Qi's limbs were cut off, her eyes gouged out, her voice destroyed, and she was thrown into a latrine, mockingly called the human swine. This was not simple jealousy, but a calculated display of power. Lu Ji sent a message. Her authority was unchallengeable. The throne belonged to her son and, by extension, to her. The gruesome fate of concubine Qi was a political statement, quelling dissent before it could begin. Lu Ji's regency would be defined by ruthless efficiency and paradoxical stability. She learned the hard lessons of power during the fall of the Qin and rise of the Han. Her story is not just one of cruelty, but of survival in a world where a single misstep could mean extermination. She endured captivity, rivals, and threats to her son's future. Her actions, shocking to us, were part of a deadly political game. Lu Ji's rise from loyal wife to feared Empress Dowager is a testament to her intelligence and unyielding will. She married into ambition, and her choices would forever stain her name, even as they secured the dynasty. Before she was empress, Lu Ji was the daughter of Lu Wen, a man known for judging character. At a banquet, minor official Liu Bang boldly promised a gift he couldn't afford: 10,000 coins. While others scoffed, Lu Wen saw ambition and offered his daughter in marriage to Liu Bang. For Lu Ji, it was a step down. Her new husband was older, a drinker, and beneath her station. Yet she trusted her father's judgment and dedicated herself to Liu Bang's cause. She managed the farmstead, raised their children, and anchored the family while Liu Bang fought for power. Lu Ji was not a passive wife. She was a partner, managing resources and maintaining the home front. Her competence allowed Liu Bang to pursue his destiny. These early years were her training ground for the immense responsibilities ahead. Their union became the bedrock of the Han Dynasty. Lu Ji's support was strategic, not just domestic. She learned the intricacies of power, witnessing betrayals and alliances firsthand. Loyalty was a commodity, and power the only true security. The seeds of the ruthless empress were sown in these uncertain times. Lu Ji's path to the throne was paved with suffering. During the Chu-Han contention, she and Liu Bang's father were captured by Xiang Yu's forces, held hostage for over 2 years. This ordeal hardened her resolve and taught her the value of ruthless tactics. While she was captive, Liu Bang took other consorts, most notably concubine Qi. Upon her release, Lu Ji returned to a court where she was no longer the emperor's sole affection. The emperor's preference for Qi and her son Ru Yi threatened Lu Ji and her own son, Liu Ying. In this brutal era, a deposed crown prince and his mother faced death or exile. Lu Ji began weaving her own web of influence, cultivating alliances with powerful ministers and generals. These men respected her resilience and loyalty, seeing the dynasty's stability tied to Liu Ying. Lu Ji leveraged these relationships to outmaneuver her rival and secure her son's position. She was learning to rule from the shadows, a skill that would define her reign. The question of succession became the central conflict of Emperor Gaozu's later years. He saw his own ambition in Ru Yi, concubine Qi's son, and considered making him heir. Lu Ji, however, turned to the court's most respected strategists, the 4 Whiteheads of Mount Shang. She appealed to their sense of duty, presenting Liu Ying as a benevolent future ruler. The 4 Whiteheads agreed to serve as advisors to the crown prince. At a crucial banquet, their presence behind Liu Ying stunned the emperor. When asked why they served the prince, they replied they served virtue, not power. Defeated, Gaozu told concubine Qi the matter was settled. The crown prince's position was now unassailable, protected by men of unimpeachable reputation. Lu Ji had secured her son's future through brilliant political maneuvering. Her victory was not through force, but through strategy. Emperor Gaozu died in 195 BC, and his son Liu Ying became Emperor Hui, emperor in name only. Real power belonged to Empress Dowager Lu Ji, whose first priority was eliminating threats. Ru Yi, the Prince of Zhao, was summoned to the capital, a death sentence everyone recognized. Ru Yi's protector tried to refuse, but Lu Ji had him arrested, leaving the prince defenseless. Emperor Hui, loving his half-brother, tried to protect Ruyi by never leaving his side. For a while this worked. Lu Ji was thwarted, but she waited patiently for her chance. One winter morning, Emperor Hui left for a hunt, leaving Ruyi alone. Lu Ji seized the moment, sending an assassin with poisoned wine. By the time Emperor Hui returned, Ruyi was dead. The emperor was devastated but powerless. This incident showed the court that not even the emperor could defy the Empress Dowager. Lu Ji's will was absolute, and her enemies learned the cost of crossing her. The message was clear. Her power was unassailable. The court was now hers to command. The dynasty's future would be shaped by her iron hand. With Ruyi dead, concubine Qi was defenseless. Lu Ji's vengeance was slow and methodical. She made an example of her rival. Qi was imprisoned, her head shaved, forced into servitude, and stripped of dignity. Even in misery, Qi composed a song of grief for her son, a final act of defiance. Lu Ji responded with infamous cruelty. Qi's limbs were severed, her eyes burned, her ears destroyed, her voice silenced. Still alive, Qi was thrown into a latrine and mockingly named the human swine. Lu Ji forced her own son, Emperor Hui, to witness the spectacle. The sight broke the young emperor, who collapsed in horror and grief. He fell gravely ill, lost all will to govern, and turned to drink and pleasure. He told his mother, "This is not something a human being can do." Emperor Hui died young, haunted by his mother's brutality. Lu Ji had secured her power but destroyed her own son in the process. Her reign would be marked by both stability and terror. The court learned that mercy had no place in her rule. The legend of the human swine would haunt her legacy forever. After Emperor Hui's death, Lu Ji's power became absolute. She ruled as Grand Empress Dowager, placing a child puppet on the throne. For the first time, a woman held ultimate authority in China. She consolidated power, appointing her Lu clan to key positions, defying her late husband's oath. No one dared oppose her. Despite her ruthless rise, her reign brought peace and prosperity. She reduced taxes, promoted agriculture, and eased harsh laws. Lu Ji focused on recovery and economic growth, understanding the need for stability. She maintained peace with the Xiongnu through diplomacy, not war. Her pragmatic rule ensured the empire's survival, even as her methods remained unforgiving. During her 15-year rule, Lu Ji shaped the Han dynasty's foundation. Her governance brought calm, even as her personal actions were cruel. She elevated her own clan, installing relatives in top government and military roles. This created a parallel power structure, with the Lu clan rivaling the imperial Liu clan. While she lived, her authority kept the balance in check. But resentment simmered among Liu clan officials, who saw her actions as a betrayal. They waited for her grip to loosen. Lu Ji's legacy is a paradox, a brutal tyrant and a capable stateswoman. She secured the dynasty but created a new internal threat in her own clan. Her story is a reminder that history is rarely black and white. In 180 BC, Lu Ji fell ill, haunted by visions of her victims. As her health failed, she tried to secure her clan's power, appointing nephews to command the armies, but her death unleashed a long-awaited coup. Liu clan officials, led by Chen Ping and Zhou Bo, forged an edict and turned the army against the Lu clan. The purge was swift and ruthless. Her entire clan was exterminated. The puppet emperor was deposed and killed. Liu Heng, a son of Emperor Gaozu, was placed on the throne, restoring Liu authority. Lu Ji's rise from obscurity to absolute power ended in the destruction of her family. Her name became a cautionary tale of ambition and cruelty. Yet her story is just one among many who walked the poisonous path to power. The Han dynasty survived, but her legacy would never be forgotten. Follow for more tales from history's darkest corridors.